Hey, Sean here from SpeedCubeReview.com. I've had some people ask me how to get efficient times, fast times, with turning slowly. Now, I've done videos on slow turning before, so this isn't a repeat of that, but actually just how the math works out, how you get fast times with slow solving. So first, let's just figure out the math of it. An average CFOP solve is around 60 moves. And that's even for Felix. Yeah, there's some efficient solves that are less, but on average it could be around 60 moves or 60 turns per solve. And let's say you want to solve 15 seconds. All you need is 4 turns per second, because 4 turns per second times 15 equals 60 turns. So I've got a metronome here, and I've got it set to 60, which is 60 beats per minute, or 1 beat every second. And we're going to do 4 turns per second to see what that looks like. And I'm actually just going to do sexy move, because you can do 4 turns and it's back how it normally is. So, like this. And if you turned like that throughout the entire solve, that's a 15-second solve. Now, let's say you want to get to 10 seconds. That's a good line that a lot of people want to get to. You would need about 6 turns per second, so something like this. Again, that doesn't look super fast, and if you did the entire solve like that, that would average around a 10-second solve. Now, with that said, even if you're at the last layer, usually you don't turn last layer at like that. Often it'll get into your fingers where you can turn faster. Now, I'm not super fast at my last layer, but if you're doing a last layer like that, then your first layer could even be slower. The idea is to reduce pauses and making sure that you can keep moving without having to stop. Now, if you turn slower, you can look ahead more easily. And those pauses add up. Let's say you're turning at 6 turns per second, but you have a half-second pause between the cross and the first 2 layers, and a pause in between each pair, maybe a pause before OLL and a pause before PLL. That's 6, 7 pauses, which is 3 to 4 seconds if you only pause for half a second each time. That adds up, and if you're doing around 6 turns per second, that's about 20 moves. 20 moves is a lot. That's 1/3 of your solve that's cut out from just pausing.
It was my understanding that there would be no math.
Now, I have some solves here that I just did some slow turning, and I even did some kind of slow turning for the last layer. And for the first 2 layers, I'll put the TPS, and for the last layer, put the TPS there. Now, these were not perfect solves. There were some mistakes. There were some U moves that were done the wrong way. Or I did the incorrect A perm. Well, with that also said, if you ever do the wrong A perm, like let's say you have this and you're supposed to do this one, but you do this one, you just have to do it twice. And it could cancel into itself. Yeah, you just do it twice and then it'll fix itself. But anyways, that's another video another time. And I'll also show some solves where I would do kind of what I normally do with slower solving for the first 2 layers, and then doing the algorithms at a speed that I can do it efficiently without locking up. If you are doing alg really fast and you're locking up, slow those down. It's better to be efficient and accurate and then work on speed later on than just hoping you'll be accurate later. So I knew there wasn't actually going to be too much of a difference between these, but I was extremely surprised when actually calculating this that the slower turning solves and the faster turning solves end up averaging about the exact same TPS. The reduction of pauses in the slower turning end up canceling out the pauses that occur when I turn slightly faster. So turning slower, I'm able to be a little more accurate and look ahead more, and turning faster didn't overall average faster TPS in the end. I was surprised at actually how close these numbers were. So I made this video because I get this question often. I just got it recently again, And when I'll tell people to work on slow solving, I even had somebody a day later saying, my times are worse, it's not working. It doesn't just happen in a day. What you're training yourself is to look ahead. So let's walk through a solve slowly, and I'll just kind of talk about what I'm looking for and how you will plan ahead. So I'll probably go extra slow. This isn't a timed solve, but I'll plan out the cross. I'll do white cross right here. And okay, so I know if I do a U2, I can plan out, I can do green and red and then orange and blue and then do a D2. Not super finger trick friendly, but I have that cross planned out. So as I'm solving this, I'm looking for pieces for pairs if I don't already have them. I have this orange and green, so I see the orange and green behind it, so I can take that out. And I can start pairing it up. And I'm looking at this red and green corner, and so I'm already looking for that edge, and I can see it right in front of me. So I'll take that out, and I see this blue and orange already, and I know that I can separate that and set it up. And now I'm looking for red and blue. I see the corner is right there in the back, and so I set that up, insert that, go right then into the OLL. And then we just have the PLL. I see it's an end perm. Ooh. That was hard to do slowly. There we go. So I tried throwing some arrows in there, but I know it's not always easy to follow when I'm just talking through it. But hopefully those arrows helped out with that. But here is my motto, and something that I feel like people need to go by a bit more. Be efficient, and speed will happen in time. If you're just trying to go fast, you won't learn how to be efficient. Remember, you have years ahead of you. Even some of the top solvers in the world, like Max Park and Mats Valk, never had a sub 10 average till a few years into solving. And these are some of the best cubers in the world. And it still took them years to get there. So take your time. Have fun with it. So thank you very much. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section below. Hit like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. And as always, stop by speedcubeview.com for more news and reviews.